Good evening from the south side of Chicago in Inglewood, where we are living the Black History experience. My name is just Zenobia, and I am here with a wonderful friend named Wilbur Juma. Today we are going to discuss, reminisce, and tell a little story about the best of what Africa has given, is still giving, and how Africa is expressing herself in us today, here and now. One of the things that we have come to know in mainstream media is that when Africa is shown, it seems that the worst locations, the worst circumstances seem to be underscored, highlighted, italicized, and bold. It is up to us to tell our own stories. If you go to any place in Africa today, I'm sure that Mr. Juma, who is a native Ghanaian, and we'll get to that in a few moments, he will tell you that Africa is civilized, it is highly technological, and it is the economic leader in the world. So, with that being said, we invite the seven powers of Africa to grace us with their presence so that we can get the most out of our visit today. So, Mr. Wilberforce Juma, can you please tell me how you got that name, first of all?
Yeah, I get the name Wilberforce is during the time slavery going on in West Africa, especially in Ghana. There was a trade man. He do, according to my grandfathers, that's what told me. He's English, British man. He just come to the village, snatch the kids that they praying in the street and all that. Then they snatch them. That's why my grandfather and my grandmother them told me not to go and pray outside, because the merchants, when they come, they look around the street and grab the kids. They are strong and they are nice, beautiful, or handsome and strong. They grab them and put them in the car and then take them to a boat, whatever it is, and then bring them to United States or the other countries. So Ghanaians, some people say that Ghana people or the old people sold the kids. No, they did not sell them. They steal them and came. They steal them and then bring them here. So there's a guy named Wilberforce. The name is Force. He was a strong man in the village there. So when the guy came one time, he stood in front of the street and then fought him and sent him back and got the kids that he has grabbed them. So he's a kind of a strong, forceful man. So when I was born, my mother named me after the man. And moreover, to Ghana, if a woman pregnant and then he went to hospital or at home, that he bring the baby, they name the baby in the day that he was born. So my real name was Kwame Appiah Juma, but Kwame means Saturday born. So when I went to school, then I picked the name that my mother was talking about the man. First for he forced the person out of the town. It's a small village town. So he forced them to go. So and that's why my mother named me about him. And then moreover to his that man was a kind of forceful kind of man. And then my mother's brother was kidnapped by them, by the merchants that they come and grab kids. So my mother was mad already at him. So when the man forced him, he was happy. So that's why he named me after.
Where you wanna be? Where you wanna be? Where you wanna be? Where you wanna be? Can you imagine love so wonderful? Away from all the stress, we need love and happiness. Where do you want to be? Cruising in the lake shore breeze. My heart connects to the drum beat. It makes you wanna say, let's step the night away. I just want.
And with that, all things begin with a beginning. And a name is very important. I was born on a Wednesday, so I am Ekua. Yeah. My first name is Zenobia, which means her father's pride, which is my grandmother's name. My middle name is Renee, which means reborn. And my last name is associated with a plantation and ownership, so I won't give that any airplay right now. So my name is Ekua, born on a Wednesday, her father's pride, reborn. It is real important that we give intention and purpose to everything that we do, and that's what indigenous people, Aboriginal people, or African people, that's what we do. So there's another story that Mr. Wilberforce Juma shared with me. Oh, and Apia means what now?
Lucky.
Lucky. And would you say that you are a miracle or a lucky man in life?
The reason lucky means that when my mother brought me, he said I was dead. My grandmother, having been in school, but he was a midwife. He delivered a lot of kids in the town. So I was premature. I was sick in my mother's stomach. Excuse me. So she said, according to her, she said, when he brought me, my grandmother delivered me. But when he delivered me, he said that I was just dead. So he threw me in the basket together with the things that he come with kids, and told my mother that he did not get no baby. My mother was crying and then feels really upset about that. And then after that, he said my grandmother said I started crying. On the basket, he threw me out, and then he took me and cleaned me up. So that is what he said, lucky. So my father was the firstborn of my father. So my father was so happy that he get a baby. That because when he came from army in the 40s, World War, he hasn't have any child, so was the first kid of my father. But my mother had a case, so I have half brothers and half sisters. So that's why they named me Lucky.
Isn't that something? I have to draw attention to that. When we are in situations and we are thrown away in the basket, you have to make a noise. And in making that noise, you will get some attention, and someone will hear you, and you will get another chance. So in all that we do, there's so many rich stories. There's another beautiful story that you shared with me. It's about a woman, warrior woman named Ya Asantewa. And this is a true story. So when you look at black women in America, or black women anywhere, red women, brown women, anywhere, you wonder, why do we carry ourselves the way that we do? In this next story, you will get a little glimpse into why. Can you share a little bit about Ya Asantewa with us today?
Ya Asantewa, I'm from Ghana, West Africa. It's a district called Ashanti. Asante. In our language, you call it Asante. And there was a queen, a beautiful queen named Ya Asantewa, and British came there and grabbed her brother called Opokuwari, and then took him to English, because Ghana was called Gold Coast. We get a lot of gold, and there's a dispute. There was a dispute between the kings and the British that they want to tap the gold. So they came and grabbed the queen, the king, that is brother to that queen. So that Ya Asantewa called all the district kings that be going to war with British to get that king. So all the kings said, no, we can't go to war with British. What can we do? She said, no, I'm going there to get my brother, the king. So he told them that if you are not going, I'm going. He said, how can you go? Said, I'm going. So she's so beautiful. So she dressed in a queen's dress, gold chains in her neck and gold chains in her hands, and then dress and Ashanti to we get a shea butter that the women, because Ghana is kind of hot, so when they take shower, they just rub their body with it. So she just took something they call a parent can, that alpaca, and then sit on the top, and then people carry. She put shea butter on her body and the breast. Then he was a young queen too. So he went to towns that they call a village, and then everybody want to come and see her. So the girls to rub their body with shea butter and it's shining. And then when you go to a village, a town, all the men want to come and see the girls and then all that. So when they come, he grab them, say, we're going to war, and put them in the, he let the people that he took them to get them together and go to a village, and then he just march all of them, go, because the girls look so good, and then he packed them and go to he took them to Cape Coast. That's where the sea is, because Ashanti don't get no sea. So the ocean is in Accra or Cape Coast or Takoradi. So he took them to there. And then said, we're going. So he marched all of them to equip them with the, we call something like arrow and bow, something. So that woman said, we're going. So he took some of the shea butter with them too. So when they went to Great Britain, the girls just dress, Ashanti dress, and rub their body with the shea butter. So they did not even throw any weapon. The soldiers wanted to come and see the girls. When he came, he grabbed them and said, where's my brother? Where's the king? If you don't bring the king, we're going to kill your people. So they just said, well, we know where the king is. So they led her to where the king they have kidnapped, and he was there. So he grabbed them, he grabbed the king, that is his brother, her brother, and brought them to boat and led them to where Takoradi, and get the king and brought him to Ashanti Kumasi. Then when he brought the king, they were really happy. All the kings that they say they will not go to war, then they say, oh, that woman really is a really strong woman, that he went and get that king. So he brought the king, and then they give some kind of name that Yasantuwa, a woman that can lead a battle and get the king. She is great. So women are very great people. That's why in the Ashanti, we really respect women. We respect women. When a boy is coming up, the father is the one, and the grandfather or uncles, they brought the kid, the boy, sit him down and talk to him. And say, women are very special. So you come into world, you're going to meet women. You get to respect the woman. You marry her. You get to respect her. You need to respect your kids and all that. So we don't really disrespect women. And I put this on top of the story. It's when a man going to marry a boy, a young man going to marry a woman, you go to your parents, your grandfather, your grandmother, your father, your mother, your grandmother, and all that. Say, Mom, I saw a lady named Zenobia, or, and I'm in love with her. I want to marry her. Then they say, oh, no, or yes. When they say no, you ask why. Say, because her grandfather, her grandmother did this, did that. Her great-great-grandfather did that, did that. He did not come on community service, and the shanty get cocoa. When the time comes to get the cocoa, you get the neighborhood or people to come and help you get them. And if you don't come, that means you are against the neighborhood. Your name will be there in their head for the rest of their life. That is, they call it here credit. They get the what if you are going to do something and they run out for your what they call it, no credit. They run out for when you are bad. What they
exile.
Yeah, no, they get your when the police get your records.
Oh.
They get your. It's like they get your.
Like a rap sheet?
No, you are bad. When you are bad, you won't get anything. They run out and get your bad record from. So that's what they get. That old people get their own computer in their head. That they get. So when they say that your grandmother or your grandfather, if somebody do something bad in the family, it's hard to get a woman to marry. So that's how we marry. And then when we going to marry, there is a kind of wine in the shanty that we call it palm wine. Palm wine, they tap it from the tree, from palm tree on top. So when your parents agree that, yeah, you can marry her, they went and tap the tree and get the wine. That wine is foam and it's sweet, but it can get you a little drunk. So you just take your parents, your grandfather, grandmother, and your father and all that. You take the palm wine, go to the woman's house, and the woman to call all her family together, whoever live in the cocoa farm somewhere, as they call all of them, say Zenobia is going to get married, so you all come on. and be there. So when they come, they just, we call something calabash. It's something that is like a grass. It's really nice, washed, clean. And then they brought it and gave it to everybody, the family members. And then they share, put every bit to everybody. The parents that they are there, they put it to them. And then they drink. And the ones in the family that is dead, they just put some of the drink, and the head of the family member stood up and then put we call something libation. So you just put it on the ground, and that means you're calling the ones that they dead. If it's the woman's uncle or grandfather, or they put it, say, oh, Zenobia is getting married, so the man brought a drink, so you all get some. And put it on the floor. They think that they're here.
Yeah.
Then when they put it on the floor, say, so you all pray for her to get beautiful marriage, or to get kids that they are beautiful. Then they put it there, and then before they say, okay, you get married, they are accepted it, so you get married. And then the old people, everybody in the town knows that you're married. So
Where you wanna be? Where you wanna be? Where you wanna be? Where you wanna be? Can you imagine love so wonderful? Away from all the stress, we need love and happiness. Where do you want to be? Cruising in the lakeshore breeze, my heart connects to the drum beat. It makes you wanna say, let's step the night away. I just want to be